YouTube, what's the deal? I know it's been a minute since I've been on these YouTube streets. To be honest, I started back at work full time this week because of school holidays. My daughter started back at school this week, so schedule's been kind of out of whack. We did try to rip for Tom Brady. If you were live on stream with us, we ripped for 5 hours. Wasn't able to pull him, but I did manage to pull him actually on my side account. If I can get the clip, I'll maybe show it up right here. We're just going over there doing my dailies as I normally do, and bang, bada boom, it happened. So we checked that off. Haven't, since that loss with the TVPs, because we took a big loss, like 5 million, haven't really been engaged that much, but we have 2 LTDs in packs today. I'm recording this on Wednesday my time, which is Tuesday American, so there's still LTD Hitman Harry and Kyler Murray in packs. Black History promo. If you have a theme team, these cards are great. We'll kind of talk about that as I'm doing an opening. You see 1.2 million coins. You know I had to do a TVP opening for y'all. It wouldn't be right if I didn't. So hit the like button, drop a sub, excuse me. Appreciate all the love and support. You guys have been showing love on the YouTube shorts. So look, man, that's about 100 packs. These aren't the greatest LTDs, but nevertheless, let's see if we can try to pull them, excuse me. You can tell I'm rusty with this YouTube thing. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, ain't we been through it all? Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No.
Okay, so here we go. Straight into the LTDs or the TVPs. So I got all this training with the market being down because Tom Brady's out of packs. By the way, I told y'all what happened. But nevertheless, I got most of this training like 2.7 at its highest. I got some great snipes at like 2.5, 2.4. So this training probably is about 2.5, I would say, roughly. So if we can get back close to like 3 mil, I think I will be happy with this training. Now the Black History promo. Now I will give a big shout out to CC because he kind of touched on this in his video about the Black History promo and actually what it means. As an African American male, you know, I grew up, you know, learning about Harriet Tubman, George Washington Carver, and I don't want to get too political and deep into that, but he made a good point that EA should essentially do more for the Black History promo, and what they do is very minimal. Especially with the cards, which is work done. I believe it's Shaquille Leonard, Anquan Bolden, Shaquille Leonard, Anquan Bolden. Who else am I thinking of? I said work done, Anquan Bolden, Shaquille Leonard, William Golston, and Cameron Jordan. And I thought Malcolm Jenkins would have been in it too, but what those guys do, I guess, off the field in reference to you know, black communities and things of that nature, which CC lives in Atlanta. Work Done's a legend in Atlanta. He mentioned in his video as well. I suggest you definitely go check that out. But as we get an 86 Jamar Chase, EA essentially could do more. Same thing I would say for the Hispanic Heritage promo. They want people to engage, and in the, you know, the tidbits, as you've seen before, there's a little QR code you can scan and go learn about Work Done's charity. But look, to be honest, this is Madden, right? To get people to engage, what do you need to do? Provide them with usable cards. Now, I will give them credit. They made updates to, as you get another 86, Anquan Bolden, giving him 0 short in Elite and making it a good touch that they can get all 32 team chems. I still think they should have been 95s across the board. That's not, I'm not asking them to be 97s, 98, but I think if they're 95s, they're a little bit more usable and fitting of theme teams, especially if they're going to give them all the theme teams. Like, for example, I'm not entirely sure if you guys are seeing this before or after my Broncos theme team video. Anquan Bolden on the Broncos theme team becomes our #1 receiver because he gets 98 speed on the Broncos theme team. If Work Done gets 99 speed on any theme team. So that's cool. That's really, really good. But, you know, if you really want to teach people about black history, which is something I've learned my entire life, you know, do a little bit more. Make it more engaging to people. Like, at the end of the day, it is Madden, and I know for people to engage, they need a good reason to engage. 93s and 94s in February is not necessarily a good way or a good reason to engage. Just to get a 92 Tre'Davious White. If you notice, that animation is a little bit cleaner since the title update. So transition away from that. Look, I appreciate, obviously, EA making an effort with the Black History promo, but I feel like more of an effort could be made. Let me know down below if you agree, disagree with what I said, but that's how I felt about the situation, because I did watch CC's video earlier in the day, and it kind of, you know, tugged on my heart because I was thinking about it as well. And I thought the same thing with the Hispanic Heritage promo, but they're glitched out because of why the DVs are and things of that nature, right? So it is what it is. But that's a step in the right direction, and I'm actually surprised that they fixed gameplay this late in the season, especially right after the MCS. Like, you think, I know it would have been weird to fix that before the MCS, but right after the MCS, that there's no more competitive Madden for the rest of the year, they decide to issue a gameplay update. So it is what it is there, but obviously that patch was, like I said, I haven't played much online since then, but I've heard a lot of people say defense is essentially dead now if you're not playing dollar and sending 5, because with the loop, it was blockable as we get an 87 Jesse Bates, but it made people have to think. Right? Obviously sending 4, which in real life in the NFL, if you send 4, you get 2 to 3 seconds to process. Obviously, sometimes you get longer, but you know, in this game, if you send 4, you can be back there for 5 seconds and, you know, make a scan the whole field and, you know, do jumping jacks or whatnot. So we shall see how it turns out and how it plays moving forward. I expect it to be a major change, but not that major of a change, because most people are in dollar anyway, that I come across at least. So I do see some people who loop, but like I said, I know how to block it with slide and ID and doing all that, so it really didn't affect me that much. Dollar, on the other hand, when I come out in my single back and they can just scream off the edge, affects me a little bit, but you know, we're working through that. Now, obviously this pack opening, which we're talking about and doing right now, hasn't been too bad. We've gotten 2 86s, an 87, I think 2 or 3 85s, a couple of 84s. Like I said, out of this, I want about basically about 3 per. What I want it to spit out. Obviously, if that's about 3.6, I don't think it's going to spit out 3.6. The TVP, since its return this past weekend, has been spitting about 2.5. So if it spits out about 2.5, we're going to take a little loss, not a big loss, right? And that's where a lot of people were talking about the TVP. Oh, it's trash and all that. I told people in my stream, if you're going into the TVP expecting to make coins, you're doing the wrong thing. The only reason we're making coins at TVP before, because we bought our training at 2, and then the TVP was spitting out around 4.5. So that was the only reason we were making substantial coins. Now, you know, because the market's not down that much and it's just now returning to somewhat normal, most people were getting their training at 3.5, and then they were spitting out at 2.5, so they were losing basically 1 per when they were spitting it out. Or whatnot. Now, about time you guys are seeing this, I would assume the Super Bowl present has been revealed. I did see the little preview. My final predictions. This is before you guys are seeing it. 88 Trent Williams, and just to prove it, it is Wednesday, the 8th of February at 9:17, which for America on the East Coast is about 1:17 in the morning, Wednesday morning. So I'm going Frank Wright, and I may throw the picture on the screen right now. Frank Clark. And then I'm going Lane Johnson. Now, this next one kind of confuses me. I think someone said they see MVS, but he did just get another 93. So it could be MVS. I'm going to go with Kadarius Toney. And then the far right, I'm going to go Kazir White. Now, a lot of people said they see James Bradbury too. I can completely understand that, but I'm going to go Kazir White. I'm on the first two, I'm pretty confident, and that's why I sold my Forrest Gregg. I did get a Forrest Gregg around $1 million. I sold him for about 1.4. Are the Eagles the most powerful theme team we've ever seen? Not talking about legends, right? I know all those years of Raiders having great theme teams or whatnot, but I truly do think this Eagles theme team is the first theme team, 88 Kevin Byard, W, that I've seen so early without a weakness. The only weakness the Eagles have had probably since December was maybe quarterback. And that's because Randall Cunningham didn't get hot route master. And that's not necessarily a weakness, right? But in this day and age and time of the game, in February, January, you want a quarterback with high route master. But Joe Flacco just got Eagles Kim, who some believe is the best quarterback in the game. I've used him and Brady, so it depends on your preference. I'm a short to intermediate guy, so Flacco works for me. If you like bombs away, obviously you're going to prefer Brady, right? But they just got Flacco. They're going to get, I don't think people realize, they're going to get a 98 to 99 speed Harold Carmichael at 6'8". They're going to get even better. Not to mention, they're going to get better in the Super Bowl promo, too. I truly do believe this Eagles theme team is the most powerful theme team I've ever seen in my years of playing MUT. Like, powerful more than any Raiders team or whatever, because usually with the Raiders, right, they usually have good skill positions because obviously all the ex-players that play for the Raiders and stuff of that nature, but they usually don't have a quarterback. I think the best quarterback they've ever had, I remember they had Golden Ticket Derek Carr last year, who was great. He was a golden ticket, so I get that. But I still would prefer Joe Flacco over him just strictly because of the release, right? And then obviously the receivers, don't get me started on Harold Carmichael, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Mike Wallace, and I mean right now on their depth chart, you don't even see Harold Carmichael because he's too lowly rated. Obviously, he will get a new card. That's our first great strategy card, so that's a bit of a W. So, but yeah, the Eagles theme team, man, they're crazy. They have like 5 good tight ends. First Redux. 93 Zach Martin. Now I'm gonna sell all my Reduxes just to sell them for the sake. Typically I would quick sell and just keep rolling, but we obviously want to see if we can make back, you know, our 3 million or so back that we're looking for. Because obviously at 1.2, paying out at 2.5, that's roughly about, you know, 3 million or so, a little bit above that. So we shall see. Yeah, look, no LT thus far. I mean, we still can clutch it out, so we shall see if we can make that happen. If not, we'll check the binder and see where we're at. Let me know, like I said, down below what you're doing and what now. Are you investing, or, you know, what are you doing? Are you just opening up these TVPs? These TVPs are not profitable to open until, you know, you can get training specifically below 2.5. Because if you can get training below 2.5, at 2.6 it's okay because you're only going to lose a little bit, 2.6, 2.7, and you have the chance to produce back at higher rate. But other than that, man, getting it in the 3s is just not the move. It's just not the move, and you're going to lose in the long run. You may get a return at 3.1, but then you're going to get a return at 2.4. Then you're going to get a return at 2.3, and then you'll hit maybe a 2, and you're going to continuously lose and lose, you know, 200-300K, and then from before you know it, you're down, you know, a couple million. So happened with me with Brady, but like I said, I wasn't going into Brady to make coins. I was going into Brady to pull Brady, and we did not do it on stream, but we ended up doing it overall. So final 2 packs here. Last 88 Josh Allen, big time walk off. That is a huge walk off. 88 Josh Allen in the last pack here. What is it going to be? Come on, man. 88-97 walk off. Let's go. Okay, we're in the binder. Big time walk off Kyler Murray. I assume he's like 400K. Yep, he's minned out 420. So we'll just count that. We'll out that 420 to the entirety of the opening. What a way to end the opening. So, like, I think we did well even without Kyler, but we shall see. And obviously, look, we got a bunch of reduxes and stuff of that nature, but yeah, I had to restart my PlayStation, Xbox. Y'all know how it is when you open up a bunch of packs. You know, they don't allow you to continue to open up packs or go into your binder rather. We got 288s in a span of like 5 packs, which was huge. So let's see kind of where we end up at. And someone mentioned in the comment sections how me pushing a button is so loud, but bro, it's literally not me, it's the freaking controller. I don't know what to say. So we got 3 million back plus the 400K, so we're sitting at 3.4. So if we just look at a calculator, and I just want you guys to know this, so if we look at, and this is without including any reduxes as well, so we look at 3.4 divided by 12,000. I always go too many zeros over. So that's getting it about 2.8 back, roughly, right? Because if we go 12,000 times 2.8, yeah, it gets us closely up to that point. So, I mean, look, that's not too bad. If I'm being completely honest, it definitely 100% could be worse. Without a shot of a doubt, could be worse, right? Because if we, like I said, 34,000, 34 minus 1 point, or 3.4 million divided by 1.2 million, yeah, it's about 2.8 we're getting it at. So we got it almost back at 3. We almost got it back at 3, y'all. And like I said, well, this is without including Tre'Davious White, Ed Ingram. Like I said, Tre'Davious is what, 70K, I would assume. Who else are we looking for? Zach Martin, I know for a fact is like 100K. So we got it maybe close to 3.6, maybe 3.7 even. Stephon Gilmore's another 70K, so that's 270Ks plus. So that's another 230. So it gets up to 3.6, 3.7. So yeah, man, we had a real good opening. We had a real good opening. Like I said, you have to get training at a low point in order to have a good opening like this. Obviously, we got lucky with some 88s, but nevertheless, it was a W. Hopefully, y'all did enjoy. As always, be safe out there. Big time opening. Hey, man, that's my first time pulling a rainbow. I've done it on stream, but not in a YouTube video, but we made it happen. Appreciate you, boys. I'm out. Deuces.